Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an announcement video. We have a new hero.
Her hunger is eternal. Her need is unending. Her prey always the strongest. For she is the Countess who stalks the night.
Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen. What? Hello, I am Sylphin. We have a new hero, Countess. Holy smokes, she looks good, and this is not that video at all. Welcome. She is, ladies and gentlemen, a burst caster, and whose greatest strengths are misdirection and unpredictability. Utilizing her abilities, Countess can quickly single out and assassinate a key target and vanish into the darkness. Oh boy! From what we saw there in that video, she is quite the monster. Another burst caster right after Bellica, so I find that interesting, but she is obviously completely different. She doesn't deal with mana, and I think she's a melee burst caster. I think she's a melee caster just like Norbash is. So we're gonna keep on watching this video here, and we're gonna kind of slowly talk through her abilities. So, one of her abilities, called the Blade Siphon. Countess quickly spins her blades around her, causing damage in a circle around her. But there is a passive part to this. Countess regains a percent of her max health every time she kills an enemy, with bonus health for a hero kill. So you can see that she snowballs. She has a snowball mechanic in a team fight, and also that helps her greatly with lane sustain. So taking out minions, taking out jungle camps as well, it's going to help her in the health department. So I like that. I like that that this has both kind of aspects working for it in the lane and in team fights as well. So we're gonna have to see exactly how much bonus exactly it is for a hero kill, if it's a significant amount, so that she can actually maybe stay alive in a team fight right after she bursts in on a target to get that first kind of snowball going, and then hopefully she survives. We'll have to see how that works out. The next one is Shadow Slip. Countess targets a nearby enemy and blinks to it, dealing damage and applying a slow. If the target is a minion, however, it is executed. Reactivate to return to the original position. I like that there is, if the target is a minion, it is executed for, the passive on a unit and then bonus on. So we can see that there's, I think Epic is making a conscious effort to account for the jungling, for the laning, for the team fights. I like that. I think that this is going to be a great last hit mechanic if she is going to be somebody that is in lane. As just melee characters have a natural disadvantage in lanes, you need something there, to give them a helping hand, and I think that that's going to be really quite good. Another one of her abilities is called Dark Tide. Countess sends out a roiling cloud of darkness in front of her, dealing damage to all enemies in the area of effect. You see that quite a few times here in this video, and we're gonna slowly go through the video once we get through all of her abilities. And Feast. which is her ultimate ability. Countess jumps to a nearby enemy hero, forcing them to look at her and stunning them before dealing a massive burst of damage. Countess is locked down for the duration of the attack. I think you can tell which one of cinematics here, which ability that is here. So, hey, great timing here to look at all of her abilities. Let's speed this down here, slow this down so we can look at all of her attacks. So, there is her Blink Shadow Slip into her Blade Siphon, then into her Dark Tide. However, then she uses Shadow Slip again to go back to her original position. You're following me already? Here is another Shadow Slip to go right towards that howitzer, and then a Dark Tide to send out the roiling cloud of darkness to finish off this Kalari. Note that she doesn't use her Shadow Slip again. She doesn't reactivate it to teleport back to her initial position. So again, if you're in a defense, if you need that teleport, it is there. So here we go. We have that Blink Shadow Slip into her ultimate called Feast, where you can see that was a little bit of a stun, and then there's kind of that long duration. So you're stunned there, you are locked down for the duration of that attack. Again, people can attack you while that happens. And then watch as she uses her Shadow Slip again to teleport back into a Dark Tide. Wow. Crazy. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Okay. Wow! She has 2 teleports. Kind of. She has a blink with her shadow slip and a jump to a nearby ally with the Feast. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how big that jump is for her ultimate. So it'll be interesting. This right here on this Bellica, that right there is the only time we see Blade Siphon. Here you can see her Shadow Slip engaging and then disengaging from that Chimera there. So I think that's going to be one of her key abilities, to really know when to use it properly and know when to, go in, do your burst damage, and get out. Again, that they're really making this Dark Tide look fantastic, making all of these kills on like Kalari and the Gideon and Grux here at the end. So there's that little slow. You can see the slow animation, and then the ultimate there, and then again that Dark Slip to get out, followed right into the Dark Tide. Whoa! She is going to be interesting. Another character that or a hero that you're really going to have to get a feel for. I like that all of her abilities have some kind of interplay with each other. Shadow Slip into a Blade Siphon, into your ultimate, into again, your Shadow Slip to reactivate, to go back to the first place that you teleported, into a Dark Tide, so that you're in a good position to actually run away. Ugh. Right? Total engage with your Shadow Slip into a Blade Siphon, into your ultimate for a whole bunch of crazy burst damage. So imagine this. There's a Shadow Slip into her ultimate, but imagine if she also uses her Blade Siphon here. Right? And then she teleports back like she's doing here into a Dark Tide. Ugh. Crazy. Because her Shadow Slip does apply a slow, so there should be enough time for you to use that Blade Siphon to get even more damage off. Plus that AoE, obviously, right? If you use your teleport to get into a team fight, or hopefully you don't use that, so that you can use the teleport to secure an enemy that's killed. So crazy. I hope that you guys are excited for her, because I am. Even though I feel like, just like Kalari with me, I'm going to be terrible with her. I really feel like it could be just terrible for her. The interesting thing is, I looked, there's no basic attack in this video. I can't find one. So I'm assuming the 2 blades, right, that she is melee. Pretty sure it's safe to say. And as a caster, her basic attacks are going to be nice and weak. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see how much health, what kind of a build, what her affinities are. They actually don't say her affinities. I would be safe to say that it's Corruption and Fury, to be honest with you. Fury just, I don't know, just the red sort of Fury burst. Aggressive nature, and Corruption, obviously, I mean, she's being a vampire kind of a theme. That's what I would say, Corruption, Fury, but we don't know. They don't say. So, guys, I mean, really, that's pretty much all what I have to say. You know, I think she's going to be extremely squishy, being a burst caster. Probably more squishy than Bellica. Bellica being ranged, she's probably going to have more health and less damage than than the Countess here, because being melee, you're going to have to be rewarded for higher damage, because if you get into position with a melee hero, you should be rewarded for that. So probably going to have more damage than Bellica, less health, probably a little bit more than Kalari, maybe less damage than Kalari, but maybe more damage, probably more, I would say. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting. So let me know down in the comments what you think of Countess. Please like the video if you like it, dislike if you dislike it, share it with the community, of course, subscribe if you like this content, found it useful. Please subscribe. Lots of content coming, so I can do it for you again in the future. Until next time, like always, stay optimistic and positive.